Today is day 2 of the Festival of Book. I didn't film for the first day because honestly it was kind of lame. I ended up missing Rick Riordan. I bought tickets to see Rick Riordan and Roshani Chokshi, and we got stuck in traffic and we missed it. And they were giving out no arcs, like literally nothing, no swag, no arcs. It was so disappointing. But today there's a bunch of YA panels and I'm going to at least 2 of them, so hopefully today will be better.
My parents, I mean, my brother broke my parents because he's an artist and he's older than me, so by the time I got to them, they were already so super like bedraggled and disappointed. But for a really, really long time, they would light 2 vigil candles for both of our souls because, again, my mother's Catholic plus Korean, which, as you know, it's like exponential. It's not like a plus really, it's like multiplied. And so she would light vigil candles about our LSAT scores until like maybe a year ago. So she's wildly disappointed. And I dedicated this to her, but my parents, until like a day ago when I hand-delivered it to them, hadn't seen the book because my father went to Barnes & Noble and looked for it and couldn't find it, so he bought Pachinko, because that's my Korean author, and I was like, thanks, Dad. And so I gave this to them, and I proudly displayed them for Mom, and I actually made the New York Times bestseller list, which is like a metric, so they kind of understand that. But I applaud that, that's really good. Yeah, that's really good.
Or get a body part signed. Authors very rarely get to sign. Nope. I don't want to sign your, no offense to all of you, I don't want to sign your hot, sweaty bodies. I'll do it, I'm just saying.
What kind of has surprised you the most about this experience for yourself?
I mean, I'm holding up great. I'm here on stage at the LA Times
Book
Festival, and so it's just been like a series of one high after another, really. I mean, the launch week was incredible, and that was just like an indescribable love fest of family and friends and like teenagers and people from Twitter who I like did not expect to show up. And I guess that would be the part that surprised me most. It's like people are actually discovering my book. It's not just like my mom and her 5 friends and like, you know, friends from high school and college buying my book anymore. It's actually like real teens, like people on Twitter, the book community, bookstores, especially indie bookstores where you have booksellers who are pushing their favorite books. Like this book is finding its place in the world, sort of like how Scott struggled to find his place in the world and realized it was there all along. I guess Down and Across is
It's down and out.
It's down and out. Thank you, Kayla.
Congratulations.
It's important for the crowd during the signing, don't mention to Arvin that his mom is paying you to be here and genuinely thinks that you're all here.
I don't even know your mom.
Right. Just deny everything.
Yeah.
If my mom is paying, my mom is paying them.
All of them to
and
be
Jesse
here.
Andrews is paying us.
Right.
So this is just like all one big Ponzi scheme
Money
waiting to
exchange
crash.
going on. A lot of money.
Like when you catch them young, they actually do know. And teaching my boys, I mean, the 2-year-old, he don't care. Like he'll just, if he was here, he'd be trying to yank everything off the table. Not out of anger, but just because it would provoke a reaction, you know? But my older son, like teaching him how to identify his emotions early is something that I'm like super into. And I think that mom thing just kind of comes into the work. It's a function of who I am as a person, I think. But it is really important to me. My second book, it is very intentional. There are 3 point of view characters in the second book. One of them is a boy. And he's this big jock who is also kind of a big softie because like he was raised by 2, he's got his single mom and the next door neighbors are is a gay couple, gay dads. The best friends' dads are 2 gay men. And so he has had this different kind of space. And I think that that's important. Like it's important it's my Trojan horse, honestly. Like get the books that the boys will read, and then like once you get it and you suck them into the story, blow things up from the inside. And it's really important that we do that, both as writers, but also like as people. Like I think we should all be challenging how we think about masculinity and gender roles and all of it. Like my husband is at home with my children right now, and that's how it is. Like, okay, see you later, fellas. Like I'm going to Los Angeles. You change the diapers, and cook and do all of that, and I'm gonna go make the money. And it's this, it works. And I feel like we have these really antiquated notions of what family should look like. And honestly, that's kind of the root of toxic masculinity, I think, is these antiquated notions of family.
Randy.
Yes.
I love the way.
It's fun to hear your voice on the mic.
Right, in a ballroom with 20 chandeliers.
Enjoy it, boys. It's probably never going to happen again.
I love the way that you infused basketball into your story.
Because it was always going to be that. It's kind of for two reasons. Number one, like, I write for kids who don't think they like to read, but they actually do. They just haven't had the right book yet. And, you know, I write for an age group that has grown up with social media. Like, Facebook started when I was in college, which was like 1972.
That's exactly right.
Facebook started when I was
That's
in
like
college.
the earliest number you could imagine.
Anyway, so you have these kids born, and I go on school visits and I'm like, who was born before 2003? And they're like, crickets. I'm like, oh, that's when I graduated from high school, awesome. But they've grown up with all of this stuff, this social media and this honestly kind of hyper awareness of not only themselves but of other people, because we're always putting ourselves out there. And it's a very high stimuli world that we live in now that they have grown up in. That's all they've known. So I think of my books in terms of an Instagram feed. It's constantly shifting and moving and changing, and you gotta grab that attention and hold on to it. Which for me means short chapters. It means changes in format. It means changes in font in the book, because to keep their attention, like, don't nobody want to read. These kids, they don't want to read no blocks and blocks of text. So it was very strategic. Also, I get bored, so that's also a part of it. And I really hate dialogue tags. So people are like, oh, those chunks that came in dialogue. I'm like, yeah, just dialogue tags are trash. Like, I really think don't great. He said, she said, they did, he gasped. Like, he exclaimed. Like, you just try to change the verb, and it just, no, let's just put a name and a couple of dots and what they said. And it actually worked out really well, because it lends this kind of an omniscience to those sections of the book where the kids are able to find their perspective without my commentary, which was actually pretty dope. And now I'm like, what should I do in the next book? Like, the second book has like crossword puzzles and like there's a playlist and there's lists and all kinds of font changes. Because now I'm like super gimmicky. I gotta find a gimmick. Like right now, no, I literally had a call with my editor. I had a call with my editor because I turned in my third book, and it's very straightforward. She was like, no, we're gonna have to add some kind of an element here. So now I am the gimmick writer. All right.
Branding.
It is branding.
It's the Nick Stone brand.
Like this room.
Exactly. Extra
So
and
extra.
interesting.
Really, like, that's my one answer.
Yeah.
The role of an ally is not to speak for me or to walk in front of me. It's to stand beside me and tap the glass, get everybody's attention, and then give me the mic.
Yeah, as a teacher, I would say understand. I love books because I think they're a great entryway into empathy. Just listen and just understand what other people are going through, and like don't get defensive about it, right? Just listen to them and try to genuinely understand what it was like for them growing up or what it's like for them now, and believe them, right? A lot of times like, oh, it couldn't possibly have been that.
Yeah.
It's like, it was. Listen to me.
And also know there are going to be times you can't understand. Like, you literally won't, and you got to be okay with that. Like, be fine with not being able to understand, and just be like, okay, I get it. I get that I don't understand, and that's okay too.
Right, I'm still listening to you.
Right.
And I'd like to add too, to understand what happens at an institutional level.
Yeah.
Because I went from, this is a whole nother, I could like have a therapy session on this. So I went from teaching in West Philly to teaching at a private high school in Silicon Valley. And I'm feeling like a lot of the same guilt my character feels here. But a lot of my students, they're great kids, but they just have no idea.
Yeah.
They are just so unaware. They think a lot of individual racism. And they're like, I'm not a racist, I don't use that word, I don't do these things. But they're very unaware of the institutional problems and the systemic racism, and kind of how they contribute to that even when they don't need to. Right? I had them read, one of my classes read an article about redlining in Silicon Valley. And I think it'll hopefully opened up a lot of their eyes to things of like, you're on this side of the road. Like that other side is intentionally the other side of the road. And whether you like it or not, like you're benefiting from that by being on this side. So understanding the individual level, but also understanding what's happening with the greater systems.
I don't know how much I can add to all those awesome things that were just said. I mean, I think honestly, like being an active listener and listening intently and getting out of the way, you know, like you're saying. I mean, I do all those things. I could think of like a million times when that wasn't the case. But also like, you know, being comfortable with making mistakes too. You know, know that you're gonna gonna jack it up, you know, and just being comfortable with that and say, yep, I messed up, and let's learn from those mistakes, and getting you understanding your privilege and actually utilizing it as a kind of prosthetic to help, you know. Yeah, so I agree with all the things that you just said.
Oh,